I'm just gonna put this back here. Welcome to Dundrol's podcast. I'm your host Justin. Today, I have a massive book haul for you guys. Today, I managed to pick up a lot of books that were on sale at this bookshop. Which that's not why I went there. I went there because they had some of the books. I wrote a list of books that I wanted to review on the channel that were like cult classics, and some books that are cult classics for the wrong reasons, right? Because I've been giving too many books like 7, 8 out of 10, so like I need to read some bad books. But um, besides from stopping by the bookshop, I went and picked up my pre-order of a new game that came out today, which is Final Fantasy Origins Stranger of Paradise. I still have a PS4. I don't have a PS5. Which, even though I only pre-ordered this game like 2 weeks before it came out, I still got the hat. Which I hope all you guys who pre-ordered the game got the hat. Because I felt bad, like, man, I only pre-ordered this like 2 weeks before release and I got that. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, also I picked up a graphic novel. It's like New Suicide Squad, Volume 1, Pure Insanity. I think this is before, I don't know if this is before or after Rebirth. When did this come out? Let me see, 2015. Okay. So it's not too recent. Yeah. Looks cool. Can't wait to review it. Yeah, so first book we got is Black Sun Rising by C.S. Friedman. This book, I think, is out of print. But yeah, this was... there's this book reviewer I'm sub to who wrote, who made video called Top 40 Fantasy Series, and this was on the list, so, you know, I picked it up. Only pay like $2 or $3 for it because it's on. They have a massive sale, but like, dude, this book is huge. A lot of the books were huge, man. Some of the books I was gonna get there that were sequels to books I already own, I kind of didn't get because, man, these are massive, man. They're not gonna look right when I put them next to my other volumes of that series on my shelf. But you know, this is the first book in a series, so like, whatever. Who knows? So, another book I got was Patrick Rothfuss, The Wise Man's Fear, which is book 2 of the Killer Chronicles, which I reviewed the first book in the series, Name of the Wind. I gave it like a decent review. I'm not a huge fan of the book, but of the offer, but like, you know, I got this for like dirt cheap, so I thought, I'll review it. Though, dude, I would have gotten like this is, like I said, this is a huge. So for a size comparison, here's here's like Magic the Gathering. Here's the the book. So, like, just so you know, when I'm saying, like, this is a massive book, it is massive. Holy crap. Yeah, which this does it. The first copy I have of the first book of this series wasn't huge like this, but I thought, I'm probably not gonna like it anyway, and I just bought the book to review it, and it was dirt cheap, so, who cares? Next is, I actually did buy books that weren't fantasy. And one of the books I got was Fantastic Four: The Redemption of the Silver Surfer by Michael J. Friedman. Right? So, cool cover. I did not pay a lot for this. It was like $10, but it was like 60% off, so like, what, $4 I paid for it? Whatever. Looks cool. Yeah. This is a book, by the way. This isn't a graphic novel. So, yeah. We're gonna give it a shot. Next is The Crystal Empire by L. Neil Smith, which this is like, I read the description online and it sounded really cool. It's basically an alternate like history where basically but like basically what would have happened if most of Europe died from the plagues, right? The Black Plague during the 11th or 12th century. And this like it's basically like about like how like Islam and the other like like countries from the Far East and Aztecs now rule society, like rule the world or some shit. I don't know. The premise sounds cool, and apparently the guy's like a famous libertarian author. So I'm like, he's another Terry Goodkind. Well, Terry Goodkind was a good writer. Maybe this guy's a good writer. Who knows? Right. Next, oh, this was one of the books I wanted to get. The Fifth Sorceress by uh, Robert Newcomb, Combe. Sorry, not Combe. Which this book is one of the. This book gets credited as one of the worst books in science. Sorry, in fantasy genre. Right, so I had to buy it and review it. Which, how many pages is the book? Oh, it's over 600. And there's the offer right there. So I don't know, man. Like, is it as bad as people say it is? Well, we're going to find out. At some point, yeah. Yeah, I have like 2 bags. Next is The Dark Shore, Book 1 of the Dominions of Earth. This is like another alternate fantasy. I don't know, man. Alternate history by Adam Lee. Apparently that's not the author's real name. Yeah. So I don't know. This got like high ratings on Goodreads, so I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, next is another Tad Williams book, which we reviewed, The Dragonbone Chair. This is Shadow March, Volume 1. Right? Yeah. Which, Tad Williams, Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series, which was the inspiration for... Let's put this in the back. Was the inspiration for the Game of Thrones series, which I watched a bunch of videos on George R. R. Martin's update on the Winds of Winter. Man, what horse shit was that? Holy shit, guy! He does not give a fuck about the book fans at all. He only cares about the stupid TV shows. I hope all the TV shows bomb so bad that the franchise the net worth for the franchise plummets, and he has to actually finish the books to fix shit, man. What the hell, guy? I think we only have one more fantasy book left, so yeah. This is The Dragon and the George by Gordon R. Dixon. Cool cover. This is a 70s fantasy novel. And it's part 1 of the Dragon Knight series or some shit. Yeah. So I don't know. I just picked this up because, 70s fantasy was kind of not the golden age of fantasy novels, but it was I don't know. It's kind of when fantasy novels kind of started to get going. You know what I mean? Even though they've been around since the 50s or whatever, but that's I think the 70s is when they start to they start to get popular with Lord of the Rings and stuff. Which Lord of the Rings I think came out in the 60s, but whatever. Yeah. So the next couple books are not fantasy. Next is Michael Moorcock's the Cornelius Chronicles, which, yeah, this, I read some reviews on, this was like the only Michael Moorcock book they had at the bookstore, which he's the author of the Elric Saga, which we'll review the first book at some point, which I already read it, but yeah, we'll review it, yeah. And I read reviews for this, and it sounds fucking crazy, man. Like psychedelic, like it's a psychedelic rock and roll, like science fiction adventure series or some shit. I don't know, man. So I don't know. We'll check it out, see if it's any good. It had good reviews. So the last book I picked up is a Mark Frost book, The List of Seven, which is like a conspiracy thriller book. And I picked this up because after I finished watching not Game of Thrones, Twin Peaks, I kind of was looking for more, and then I found out one of the co-creators, Mark Frost, is like, you know, an author. So I looked through his stuff to see, okay, is there any like of his books that kind of similar to Twin Peaks? And this was like the only one that was kind of similar. So yeah, I'm definitely going to review this book. Which how many pages is it? It's about 400, which not bad. Which I'm almost done reading Legend by David Gemmell. I'll probably post that review either on Saturday or Sunday. Yes, and I'm probably going to read this at some point. Yeah, after I do every 5 fantasy novel reviews, I'll review like something like, you know, another genre, like either sci-fi, thriller, or like, you know, horror, right? Which the next non-fantasy book review I'm going to do is a Wild Cards book review, which is like the only Wild Cards book I have, which is Inside Straight, which I thought was a George R.R. Martin book, but apparently he only edited it. Yeah, so look forward to that review, and look forward to my review of David Gamble's Legend, right? And I'm going to try to beat this game as soon as possible and do a review for it. But after I do like 15 or 20 hours, I'm going to do like not a review, but like initial thoughts on the game. All right.